to do.
On September 15th, 1939, my grandmother was born. I am honored to get to say a few words about her. Some of you know her as Mom, Great Grandma, Gram, or simply Mary. Some of you may have even called her other names like Marehead, which her children called her. To me and her other 6 grandchildren simply called her Gram. When I think about my grandmother, the following words come to mind: loving, caring, and humorous. It never occurred to me that I might be up here one day talking about my grandmother instead of being with her. If I was naive to think of her as invincible, it was at least understandable considering everything she lived through and what an impact she had on everyone she knew. She graduated from Pottsville Area High School. Shortly after, she met her soulmate, Thomas Todd, whom she then married. Both her and my grandfather had love for life. My grandfather shortly became ill and eventually passed, leaving behind my grandmother and their 4 children. Since his passing, she was the sole provider for her family. She worked as an office manager for a trucking company. Even though she was a single parent, she did everything in her power to ensure her family felt complete. Every year she would take her children to go camping. Her camp style was like the old-fashioned ways with tents. She loved doing this because it taught them that you can still be happy with less. She made sure she showed her family the true meaning of love. She used to always say, love is about family, not presents. She was very passionate when it came to music. While a member at her church, she was an organist during the services. She studied music and eventually got the chance to go on New York on Broadway. My grandmother was my best friend. She would always find a way to make me smile. She was a tremendous person to have in your corner, not because she would tell you what you want to hear, but because she would say or do exactly what was needed to get you through your struggles. She put her family before everyone and anything, even if it affected her well-being. I remember playing softball while she was admitted in the hospital. She was discharged the same day of a big rival game that I was playing just to support me. No matter what I did, I was never wrong in her eyes. When I would get in trouble with my parents, she would always tell them to leave me alone and that I was precious. Mary Todd was as strong as an ox. No matter how many times she went into the hospital in any condition, she always came out. But on May 28th, I went to Las Vegas for my 21st birthday. That same day, I received a phone call that stated my grandmother was admitted into the hospital due to a fall. She was too weak to talk to. So I stated that I would try to call her the next day to see how she was. I didn't know that would be the last chance I had to speak to her. The next day came and she was gone. I never felt so much pain in my life. I was over 2,000 miles away from home. If I could go back and change one thing, it would be that I stayed home for my 21st birthday to see her one last time. Knowing her, she would tell me I was foolish and that I should enjoy myself. Not a day goes by that I wish she was still here with us. She impacted so many lives around her. She was a true inspiration, and I only wish to be half the person she was. Our parents gave us life, but our grandparents show us how to love. To finish, she had a solid 74 years. To me, I wish it was longer, but I think she'd be pleased to see how life came full swing. I don't think there's anything else she would have wanted to accomplish in her life. This is her legacy. We are her legacy.